Remarkable! Incredible! Unbelievable!
Save! And Spark our champions! Good up, Pepe!
Goal! It doesn't get any better than that!
Hello everyone, welcome to the Game and Frame live stream. I'm Josh Pratt with JP Zuccato on camera, and we're at Ward Melville High School for decision day in the National League U17 North Atlantic Premier Division title race. The rules of engagement are simple for Brooklyn United tonight. If they win, they lift the league title. Anything less, and Stony Brook Blue, who started this evening 3 points ahead of them, lift the title. And of course, don't get confused this evening with the Stony Brooks. Brooklyn are playing the other Stony Brook, so Stony Brook Wildings White tonight. Stony Brook White aren't in the title race themselves. If we have a look at the table, so you can see the full picture. So every team playing 7 games this season, so the league leaders, Stony Brook Blue, have completed the campaign. Brooklyn United playing their final match. You can see Stony Brook White not a million miles off, but they had an even record. Brooklyn United and Stony Brook Blue, the only 2 teams that were undefeated in the division. It's deep in Long Island, Ward Melville High School. All the Brooklyn United boys probably made an hour and a half to 2 hour trip. Coach Kempe has been working hard to get them warmed up after coming out the cars. Not always easy after making that long trip. But this team has passed plenty of tests this season. Most recently, another one in Long Island last weekend, beating Long Island Soccer Club 4-2, scoring 2 goals in the final 12 minutes. And this is actually part of a Game and Frame doubleheader with Brook United this evening. Brook 2009 Boys National also looking to win the league title. They're playing, about to start their second half at LIU. They kicked off at 6:30. They just need a point, I believe, to win the league. So could be a very good night for Brooklyn's boys program. Well, guys, don't go anywhere. We'll be back shortly with the kickoff.
Got one guy.
Hello everyone, welcome back to Melville Ward High School. Coach Kempe just gave the boys their biggest team talk of the season from Brook United. This is the first time these teams have met this season. Brook United, as I was saying, unbeaten in the campaign, 7 points from their last 3 games. And they've been prolific. They've scored 3 or more goals in every league game except for one, which was against the league leaders, Stony Brook Blue. So hopefully we'll get a goal-filled evening. And those Stony Brook Blue boys, I imagine, will be watching and cheering on the Stony Brook White players, hoping for a helping hand so they can win the league. But on paper, this evening, Brook United certainly favourites to win, just with the league standings, of course. But paper doesn't mean a lot once the ball gets kicked, we often find. Here's a man who's got very good stats on paper at the moment, though, Bruno Spompanato. 6 goals in the last 3 games for BKU. His best season yet, leading the line. Spompanato gets us underway. Brook United will lift the league title if they win this evening. Anything less, and the glory will slip between their grasp. And it's a big mental challenge for these boys, no matter how good their form has been this season. Crossing that finish line, not choking, being able to see out the job. It's an absolutely beautiful summer evening here deep in Long Island, sitting just below 70 degrees. Got quite a scenic sunset behind BKU's goal. And a beautiful location at Ward Melville High School. Stony Brook with some early interchanges, but Jedi Scott stepping aggressively. The BKU squad, or starting lineup for this evening: Aidan Duff, of course, in goal. Otis O'Brien and Jedi Scott, the centre backs. Eric Sco and Gabe Shiata, the full backs. Orson Dogger, who just spread that out to Shiata in centre midfield alongside Dagan Waring. Fazi Namatov in that midfield 3 as well. He's a new signing this season for BKU. He's been very useful in the middle. Asher Rushevsky on the right wing. Quinton Smith, who's had a really good campaign too, on the left. And Bruno Spompanato, the top scorer this season. The point of attack. So a 4-3-3 from Coach Kempe. Down the line, Jedi Scott there to meet it. Scope. Driven up to Fazi Nematov, who was hoping for a free kick, but the referee unmoved. It's a clever touch for Stony Brook. Fed up to the centre forwards, who was looking for a run from his left winger. That wasn't forthcoming. O'Brien. Jedi Scott. Spompanato. Watch very closely. Otis O'Brien. Neither side having sustained pressure or possession, I should say, early on. Knocked up to Spompanato. Again, surrounded by blue shirts immediately. Otis O'Brien reading that well. And here's Orson Dogger, who scored some lovely goals himself this season. One particularly memorable one a few weeks ago at LIU was a beautiful half-turn reminiscent of Dennis Bergkamp. And he polished it off with a dink over the keeper. Here's Dogger again. Space for Eric Scope. There's a little gap there for Namatov, and he gets it in the second instance. Quinton Smith looking to sell the defender who wasn't buying. Spompanato as well to hold that up. Lovely arrow interchange between him and Namarov, and again Fazi Nemetov looking for a free kick. Dagan Waring. Spompanato. It's a very narrow angle. I think he was trying to pull the trigger there, and then Spompanato went down. And again, the referee keeping his whistle to himself. Dogger. First time that Spompanato, or indeed either side, has found a little bit of possession in the box. And he took a shot from a narrow angle. Would have been something special to score from there, but he's having that sort of season, Spompanato. And Brook United have got a free kick in a decent position here. Orson Dogger will take charge. Six black shirts posted on the edge of the penalty area. Dogger just floats it in towards that far post. And it was Otis O'Brien, the skipper back there, who tried to redirect it back across the 6-yard box. Might have just gone out of play before he touched it. But the keeper was under that ball and watching it rather anxiously pass over his head. Dogger. Scope. Otis O'Brien wearing the captain's armband for Brooklyn United. Shieta looking to force that down the channel. He'll get it back again. And that ball was a little too close to the keeper and to the goal. Brooklyn starting to probe Stony Brook's back line. Jedi Scott. Otis O'Brien. Stony Brook quite content to let Brooklyn have it on the back line. It's a very long pitch here. at Ward Melville. Probably about the maximum lengthways dimensions. Quinton Smith prowling around on the edge of the penalty area, and for his troubles, he's won a corner kick. Really well done there by Smith. We're significantly outnumbered. First corner kick of the evening. And it's going to be handed to Jedi Scott. Out swinger. And they went for a similar routine last week against Long Island Soccer Club with Orson Doggett coming in from deep, and he connected last week beautifully on a Doggett. First time volley to score the opener for Brooklyn. At that time, Stony Brook reading the play well. Cutting out before it could reach Doggett. Turned over in the middle by Stony Brook, and they're going to push forwards. Otis O'Brien was very well positioned, and he clears the lines. A score update for Brook United 2009 Boys National from LIU. They are leading 1-0 against Cormac Pride 2009 National, just needing a draw to win their division. So they are well on course to doing that. About 20 minutes left in that game. We're streaming that one on Game of Fame as well. That's a good ball over the top for Stony Brook. Hooked back inside. Not entirely cleared by Brooklyn. It will be another throw in for Stony Brook. Stony Brook are not pushing forwards a lot of numbers into the penalty area. But it comes back on the edge. And it's set up decently. Ended up being a wild effort. Sun has just set behind the trees, behind Aidan Duff's goal. Shiota skipping past the winger. Still with it, Shiota. Nemetov. O'Brien. But just a little bit of lack of tempo there in that build-up with Brook United. A couple of players holding on to it a little too long, and it spluttered out. But they're back with it again. Jedi Scott overran that. Fortunate ball came back to O'Brien. O'Brien's going to drive it diagonally towards Spompanato. Headed out simply enough. Waring. Dogger. Sco. Floats it in towards Spompanato. The centre-back wasn't sure what was behind him and didn't take any chances. Jedi Scott meeting it first time. Sco. Lovely touch by Eric Sco, and he got hacked from behind. Just wondered the referee could have let an advantage play there just for a second. Looks as if it could be worked up to Spompanato. But Jedi Scott will settle for a free kick from most positions. Probably beyond his shooting range, but he surprised us before. He is going to go for the frame. Jedi Scott! And he's cleared the top of the crossbar. He nearly defied all expectations again with his long-range set pieces. And I said I didn't think it was in his range, having seen him score from quite some distance numerous times before, but that really was a long way out, the free kick. And he didn't necessarily go for power with that strike, it was more just curled over, but the keeper totally caught out. And I don't think he was getting anywhere near that, if that was on target. 6 inches or so lower, under the crossbar. Appears Stony Brook are making an early substitution. Not sure exactly why, if someone's injured. Jedi Scott meeting. That looked like it came off Quinton Smith's hand. The referee spotted it. Doggett meeting that comfortably enough. Clever touch by Quinton Smith. Again, Spompanato watched very closely. I think Stony Brook might have done some homework on him. The referee's going to call back that free kick for Stony Brook. Nemetov coming in a little late. Don't think Coach Kempe is entirely pleased from what he's seen these first 15 minutes. They've had a bit more possession, Brook United, but hasn't been authoritative that so far. And this is a decent spot here for Stony Brook. Whipped in with a lot of pace. It's a brilliant ball. And no one in blue could apply a touch. It didn't need much more than a touch. So much pace and whip on that cross. Now Brooklyn do go one down. The nerves will really be jangling, even this early in the game. Well, I'm noticing early on, Stony Brook are leaving a lot of players back, even when they're attacking them. Always got at least two on Spompanato when he's dropping onto the last man. Doggett, that was a little tricky for him to control, and it's been turned over by Stony Brook. Slipped down to the right side, the striker cutting into his left. Jedi Scott with a brilliant recovery. And just took some of the heat out of the attack. But that was a really dangerous moment. 2-on-1 in the middle for a second, but Scott exploding back. They've done well, Stony Brook, thus far to squeeze the Brooklyn United midfield when the ball's played up into the centre of the park. Scope down the channel, Warren. Scope. He does well and switches it. Shieta. Scope. Looking diagonally for Nemetov. Otis O'Brien. Scope. Jedi Scott. Drives up and finds Shieta. Shieta driving it in. Spompanato not giving up on the ball. And Brooklyn do come away with it. Doggett. Shieta. Nemetov hauled over, referee's going to allow play to go on. Ruszewski, and then Smith went down the box, but I think wasn't a lot in that, and he didn't make much of an appeal, to be fair to him. Well guys, make sure you tune into Game and Frame tomorrow. We have got so much coming up, 19 games in total this weekend, and we've got a blinder of a lineup tomorrow. USLW, Long Island Rough Riders against AC Connecticut. The Rough Riders, the defending champions of the Metropolitan Division Conference. Pan-Cyprian Freedom is against Lansdowne Yonkers in the National Amateur Cup semi-final. One of the most bitter rivals in American soccer, and I don't say that lightly, but it is between the Pan-Cyprians and Lansdowne. It's claimed a WhatsApp group. It's led to feuds over trophy presentations and much, much more. Definitely give that one a watch. Some of the top semi-pro players in the country. Long Island Rough Riders men in USL2 at 6 p.m. and then Doctor against Kids Super in a relegation decide in the APSL. All of that exclusively on Game and Frame. Dogger, bit of tempo being introduced to Brook United. Driven up towards Spompanato, headed before it could reach him. But Brooklyn, tenacious to win it back. Dogger, Ruszewski, majestic turn. He's coming into the area. Asher Ruszewski. I think he was searching for that far post, didn't catch the strike right, but it was a beautiful spin to take the defender out of the game. Good touch by Schurter. Jedi Scott. Spompanato sets it to Scope. Jedi Scott. Scope. Sells the dummy. Nemetov. His ball to Ruszewski, cut out. And Schurter has beaten his man. He's managed to turn. He floats it in. A little bit too high for Nemetov. And it'll be a throw-in for Brook United, who are starting to turn the screws on their host. Eric Scope. He'll win a throw-in right by the corner flag. Toss into the box. Second corner of the night. Jedi Scott again on set-piece duty. Swung in, keeper opts to punch it. It was a good decision. He was under a lot of pressure by Spompanato. And I think it was Waring there, penalised for a little push in the back. Good touch by Schurter. Ruszewski. Dogger. Waring returns it. And it's worked out to Sko. Good interchange in the middle. Spompanato looking to turn his man. Waring winning it back, and that's certainly a free kick. Waring getting whacked on his hip there. And I think the shin too. Full body blow. Eric Sko, they don't want to give him space. Stony Brook has got quite a cross on him. That wasn't one of his better ones. Dogger. It's been all Brooklyn the last 5 minutes after a slow start. Waring, clever. In the area, Waring still with it. He is capable of taking on defenders in 2s and 3s. Scored one of the best solo goals I think we've streamed at the start of the season. Salom's his way through probably 5 or 6 defenders. Spompanado holds it up. Jedi Scott. Waring. He's just possessed. And that's a super ball out on the right side for Stony Brook. The striker's a little isolated at the moment. A couple of teammates ambling up to join him. He's past one. Couldn't ride the tackle of Jedi Scott though. Waring. Giving that away cheaply. Sir O'Brien meeting at Ruszewski. Dancing footwork. Sometimes he looks like he's gliding. Ruszewski. Scope. Good 1v1 defending to stop him. Well played there, mate. Taking Waring. Ruszewski. Dogger. That was looked like a foul to me. Came from behind. The referee's going to play on it. It's a 2v2 hit. That give and go. Telegraphed. Nemetov. Dog up. Waring. Quinton Smith stopped by the defender. Even better for a Stony Brook perspective. Final ricochet came off of Smith, excuse me. It's been quite quiet in these first 25 minutes, but it just needs a second to explode into life. And Brook United 2009 Boys National, they're going to win their division. They're 3-0 up with 4 minutes remaining at LIU. So it's 1 down for Brook United this evening. Here, 2008 National, still with it all to do. Good ball by Sko up to Bruno Spompanato. It's almost a wrestling match with the defender who was grappling him. It's another chance for Jedi Scott to cause some mischief with a free kick. Scott drilling it in with a good angle, but not enough height. Doggett retrieves. Jedi Scott. Shutter. He's done really well there, Gabriel Schutter. I think Spompanato was his target. Fraction too far for him. It's the final ball that is lacking for Brooklyn at the moment. Getting themselves into good positions. Orson Dogger. Oh, I thought he had been penalised, but actually the referee, I think, judging it come off of a Stony Brook hand, so it's going to be a free kick to Brooklyn. There's scope. I think overall that Stony Brook centre-backs have done really well responding Panato in this early stages of the game. Stuck very closely to him. Dogger. Shutter. He was looking for Rushevsky to check. Rushevsky was looking for the over the top. Dogger. Did well to get his body in the way of the Stony Brook player who's going to put his name in the book. First booking of the night. Nemetov. Dogger. Smith looking for an intricate nutmeg. Dogger. That's a little bit too much of Shutter with the switch. Just looking at the body language of some of Brooklyn's players, I think perhaps they're rushing themselves a little bit. I think they're feeling the pressure that they do need to win tonight, feeling like they need to make it happen now, but they've got a lot of game to play. Almost trying to force it too early could be a bit counterintuitive, perhaps. Here's Waring. Nemetov. Couldn't bring it down under a spell.
Let's go blue!
Spompanato. Again, doubled up on. Stony Brook will switch the ball out to the left side, down the channel now. Worked inside. But again, not being a push numbers for Stony Brook. That's partly so that they have this. Sorry guys, we just lost our camera feed for a second. But now. Worked out to Eric Scope. Clever spin by Smith. Nemetov. And Rushevsky just ran that one out. And it'll be a goal kick to Stony Brook. Do apologise there, guys. We just had a little technical difficulties with our camera. We actually noticed on an upgraded setup, which we're rolling out across our fleet of seven equipment sets on game and frame, but still one or two bugs to iron out, as with any great leap forwards. Dogger. Shutter. Eric Sko is going to drive down towards the byline. Well, stopped initially, but the clearance wasn't complete. Smith couldn't squeeze it away past two. Jedi Scott stepping. Dogger. Pass one. Waring driving towards the edge of the area. Just about forces it to Spompanato. Stony Brook are defending really well in the 1v1 situation so far. That's another example. That's a very soft free kick indeed. Hammered up. And cleared by Otis O'Brien. Shiata bulldozing in behind. After the whistle had gone, it was a fair tackle, the second one, but again, take no prisoners in its character. And it looks as if Coach Kempe is preparing his first change. Shutter is going to make way, and it looks like Jacob Suniga who's going to come on. Straight swap, right back for right back. Floated in and headed on well over the crossbar. Wasn't a lot of pace on the delivery. Taka to generate it all by himself. Would have been a very, very good header to beat Aidan Duff from that distance, given the pace on the delivery. Sko firing up towards Spompanato. Looking for a little flick onto Nemetov. Nemetov getting on the end of it. Nemetov twisting and turning, dinking it in. Ruszewski. Spompanato on the turn. And a smart save by the keeper. First save he's had to make. Of considerable note, 37 minutes into the game. Well worked opportunity by Brooklyn. Suniga helps it out to Ruszewski. Ruszewski, what can he conjure up? Suniga. Dogger. Stony Brook with a very low block, and there's their penalty area. Sko. Hopeful more than anything. It might lead to something. Wasn't convincing defending. Sko. O'Brien. Ruszewski. Poked out before it could reach Nemetov. Sko. O'Brien. Floating it in towards Smith. Gathered by the keeper. Ruszewski. Dogger. I think there's no question the Stony Brook team, at least for this first half, are playing this game not to lose rather than to win, to help out the team in the club, the other team in their club, which perhaps any team would do if another side from their club could win the league. I mean, they haven't looked totally unthreatening, Stony Brook, when they've had the counter-attack, but when they do have the ball, they're not pushing forward a lot of numbers, no doubt about that. Typically at least 4 are staying back at a minimum. Scope. Spompanato. Wrestled off the ball. Jedi Scott. They'll recover that loose ball back to Aidan Duff. Scott drives up towards Smith. The idea was there, it was just slightly overcooked the pass. Another change coming for Brook United. Fazi Nemetov will make way. And it's Paxton Bowdenbatcher who replaces him. Bowdenbatcher with his first touch heads it back to Suniga. Warren. Suniga. Ruszewski. Well played out the press there. Jedi Scott. Scope. Spompanato trying to turn. Bowdenbatcher gets the loose ball. Suniga floating it in. Spompanato met it. Again, he's so far out. He's going to have to be a very, very good header to beat the keeper. Brook are really crossing on sight on most occasions. Spompanato does have the height on those 2 centre-backs. Ruszewski. Warren. Ran out, and the frustration mounts for Brook United as we approach the half-time whistle. We've had most of the possession, vast majority of it, and most of the game has been played in Stony Brook's half, but not many chances to show for Brooklyn, not clear ones at least. I don't think there has been a clear one. Been a few half chances, which will concern Coach Kempe, because I think Stony Brook will feel if they can keep the second half in the same manner as this first, that probably the odds are they won't concede. Something is going to need to change for Brooklyn. Because this low block from Stony Brook is very difficult to break down, and the current approach is not yielding the chances for Brooklyn. Scott meets it. Bowden Batcher, crunching tackle, you can hear that from here. Quick interchange for Stony Brook. There's a space on that left side. He had found it, a referee then blocking it. This will restart with a drop ball for Stony Brook. Coach Kempy's going to make another change. Quinton Smith withdrawn. It's roll on, roll off substitutions, of course, at this age. Noam Ulster, another new signing this spring, coming on at that left wing. Spective shot, decently caught, and Aidan Duff gathers the first and then quickly the second. That was quite a wild challenge on that follow-up. I mean, it's quite apparent that Duff was going to get that rebound, and the striker threw himself in. He didn't make a huge amount of contact with Duff. That was certainly dangerous. And also, not particularly convincing the referee's performance this first half. Suniga. Doggett has spun. Orson Doggett. Again, there's just so many blue shirts around the black one, then the penalty area. But that will be a corner kick for Brooklyn United. As we tick into the second half of stoppage time in this first half. This might be the final action of the half. Swung in towards that far post. Player went down, comes back on the edge. Over the crossbar by Waring, and that concludes a goalless first half. Frustration and concern for Brook United. That goal, which they need to win the league title, has eluded them. And other than a handful of half chances, they haven't really seriously threatened Stony Brook, although they've had almost all the ball. Stony Brook have just sat so deep. And that is a massive challenge for any team to break down. Coach Kempy has some thinking to do. Well, guys, it's now my pleasure to show you our April Save of the Month nominees.
Punched out by Spielvogel. Burkhart fires! Oh, that was off the bottom of the bar!
Gomez, his first touch. Drop now for Munoz, first time. Munoz, what a save that is! From the right hand of Pete Wenzel into the crossbar and out for a corner.
This kick. Into the box! Oh, what a save! Dadone with a great one-handed save. His first time inside a goal, gets past two, takes a shot, and Niche does so well to meet the shot, tipping the ball over the bar.
On the back end, speculative effort that's gonna fall for someone in the box. Oh, very nearly a reaction save forced from Caporales.
Blocks that cross from Puig. Sharifi now fires! Another save by Kazun! That's his third in the half!
My name is Austin Brummett. I'm a men's soccer player at San Diego State University and I play forward. The Salt Air Case helps block odor from my cleats when I'm driving in my car or when I'm keeping my cleats inside my house so I don't have to worry about it stinking up my room. It helps me keep track of my cleats and my shin guards so I know that they're together and I don't have to worry about tracking them down or losing them or stressing out about where they are. I would definitely rock this, walking to the games, walking around to my trainings. And it's super helpful for travel. When I travel in the airport to go to away games, it's not going to stink up my backpack or stink up the plane where I'm sitting. Magnetic strip on the top is super easy to open to take my cleats out and to put my cleats back in. I think it's an essential part of my outfit for soccer and it helps keep all my stuff organized and stink-free.
A quality highlight reel is crucial for college and pro recruitment. A lot of services offer generic solutions, but at Game & Frame we know every player is unique and needs a personalised approach to win over coaches. Our process is simple. We work with any footage, and if you need help finding your best plays, we'll review games for you. Once we've finished, you'll have a reel you can upload to any recruitment platform. We've helped hundreds of players get the attention they deserve, including placements in Division 1 programs. Scan the QR code or email us for a free consultation and start the journey to maximize your recruitment potential.
Season for both these sides, that they made an early quick impression, and Keys could be in here once again on his left foot. He's in behind, and there's goal number 3. And in almost similar fashion to the first half, it's taken just moments for the Lions to find the back of the net. Jaganjor Yangbi. Yangbi shows off some pace behind Obaru. Yangbi could be one-on-one. McGovern comes over. Yangbi screws it. Espinosa 1-0. Yangbi a debut assist.
New York Renegades FC crossing it once more toward that first post. Back post now. Custis denied by Mejia.
Oh, Gudo. Switching it on a penny for Sebastian Ruiz, who can have a go at man. Instead, he puts into Joe Holland across 6-yard box. Simple as that. James Tristino taps in the opener.
Garner, spin. A lot of numbers over here for Hoboken. Scoop pass.
And still now everyone hacking at it, chopping at it. Ridge Robinson, he lunges forward, he comes up with the ball, he goes for the shot, and he goes for the goal. My goodness, a hat trick here for the captain.
To work with down this right side. He takes a shot, and a nice save from the goalkeeper forces it above the crossbar.
Adamak floats out to that right side. Wilson, low drill, yes! Goal for American Soccer Club at the death!
Bouncing off the head of the forward. That's a lovely piece of play inside the penalty area. He still has the ball. He scores!
12 paces out. Makic denied by Cleveland.
Had to do better with the pressure. Knight flicks it back. Lovely. And away he goes at pace for Song. No, it's for Knight. Does he find Song? Yes, he does in the middle. Song alone and rolls it. Anderson brought down, back up on his feet. Anderson, oh, beautiful move. He's still going. Closing down, Lorient. Lorient. Here's Goldman. Goldman scores! 15 seconds into the match. Polonia can celebrate. They are the regular season champions.
Karkic through the wall and beautifully done.
Is also playing as well as Sullivan could be in. Right-footed shot.
Taking long distance shots on him and also pressing when he's on the ball. Chetty's on it now. Chetty takes a shot and Chetty finds the back of the net. Must make sure to stay alive here. Mejia, one glove, 3-2, goal! Rances to the rescue!
A hat trick for James Tristino. A tight. Hello everyone, welcome back to Ward Melville High School. Floodlights have come on for this second half. Brooklyn United have got to find a goal without replying this second half at the minimum, or else the league will have eluded them the league title. There's a lot of tension, I think, in the side in that first half. They weren't really playing with the freedom we know they can play with, and can understand with the stakes of the game why they're perhaps a bit more tension than normal. It'll be interesting to see how Coach Kempe has them set up for the second half. Biggest 45 minutes of the season for Brook United. They've got a lot of work to do if they want to lift the silverware at the end of tonight. Figuratively, at least. I'm not sure if the trophy's going to be brought directly. Right, so Brian winning that first tackle. Jedi Scott, who looks like he might have started in the defensive midfield position in the second half, which he can do so well as well. Awesome Doggett and Dagan Waring in front of him. And it might sort of see me, it's Gabe Sherto, who's now the left centre-back, instead of Jedi Scott. We'll just confirm that when we get a bit of a closer look at the end of that show. Actually, I believe it's Daniel Castellanos, excuse me, who is the left centre-back now. Well held up by Bruno Spompanato. Suniga. Switched out to Scope. Castellanos. Brooklyn's front three. I believe what it was when they went in. Asher Ruszewski on the right side, Noema Ulster on the left, and Spompanato centre forwards. Here's Bruno Spompanato. He was kept pretty quiet in that first half. He had one chance on the turn. Drew a save from the keeper. There's Scope. Suniga. Waring. Finds Eric Scope. Waring. Path back to him was just a little too far ahead. He was at full stretch. Hey guys, tonight's broadcast is sponsored by Salt Athletic, who are offering the Game of Frame community an exclusive 10% discount on their air case cleat bag, which blocks smell using anti-microbar technology, and it also magnetically seals. It can fit cleats and shin guards. Just add it to your cart after scanning the QR code, you get 10% off. A big thank you to Salt for supporting our 24-25 season. Really well done in the middle by Stony Brook. Uncompromising tackle by Dagan Waring. Broke it up. It will be a throw for Stony Brook. Hoofed up by Jedi Scott. Again, you can just see the numbers dropping back for Stony Brook, waiting back. Spompanato, I think, took a ball, perhaps, in the face. In the 50-50. I think the Stony Brook player got an initial contact on it and it just ricocheted at point blank, the ball right into Spompanato's noggin. Awesome dog up. Suniga. Spompanato returning it back in that direction. Reshevsky keeping it alive. Castellanos. Let's go, running it out. Jedi Scott. Suniga. Scope. Too much on it. Falster, and this second half in these early stages is feeling much like the first half. Brook United having a lot of the ball, but no penetration. Jedi Scott. He went for one of his iconic crossfield driven balls, but didn't catch the right at all. One back though by Orson Dogger. Drifting between two blue shirts. Ulster. Waring. Jedi Scott. Flicking it over the top. There's an ambitious ball. There wasn't a lot of space behind. Again, that is the real challenge for Brooklyn with the low block that Stony Brook are playing. Difficult to really find those spaces in behind. Quinton Smith is back on. He's replaced Ulster. And we've heard some mixed messages about how many goals Brooklyn United need tonight to win the league. By all of my maths, they just need to win by 1 goal, because they would then be level on goal difference with Stony Brook, but having scored more goals, which according to the FIFA rules, that would generally be the next tiebreaker, goal scored after goal difference. But perhaps some very obscure rule I'm missing that would require them to have 2. Jedi Scott hoofed it up. I conferred with Coach Kempy as well before the game, and he thought it was also just Brooklyn needing to win by 1 goal. Suniga. Warren. Ruszewski. Jedi Scott, again, it's just thick ranks of blue shirts that Brooklyn have to try and get through to create anything. Scope, headed out. Wilson Dogger. Warren. Smith. Let's go, even, excuse me. Return it to Warring, and then Warring lost possession of the ball. Commanding header. All right, let's go. Spompanato does well. Ruszewski. Suniga. Warren. It's a good step on. Orson Dogger. Castellanos keeps the ball for Brooklyn. There's a hopeful ball by Castellanos, but not much more than that. Scott with an uncontested header. Bit of a mess there made by Stony Brook's centre-back. He's fortunate that didn't fall for the feet of Dogger. Just go hurling it down the line. closest Brooklyn have come in this game was when Jedi Scott hit that crossbar, that magnificent goal, a magnificent free kick even, excuse me, in the first half from a long way out, caught the goalkeeper totally off guard. The referee's going to change the call. I'm not sure if that was maybe a foul throw by Eric Scope. I think the linesman just pointed the wrong way. I just heard him admit. Raking switch out to Asher Ruszewski. Warren, that's a good ball. Jedi Scott. Ruszewski. Switch cut out. Not sure Stony Brook have strung together more than 2 passes in the second half so far. But they will be perfectly content. They haven't let up any chance of note so far in the second half. Mind you, a lot of time still to go, and this man can unlock defences. Dagan Waring juggling with the ball. O'Brien knocks it back to where it came from. And good defending once again. Castellanos gives that away. One back by Jedi Scott and Orson Doggett. Suniga. Oh, that's already wayward by Castellanos. And it's just knocked down the line from Stony Brook. Anyway, away from their goal, I suppose. Orson Doggett. Ruszewski. Doubled up on. Doggett. Clever ball in behind Ruszewski. Ruszewski still in the area. There's 3 blue shirts around him. And then 2 players dove in. And Suniga came in late. I think he's really fortunate the referee isn't blowing the whistle there. That actually looked like quite a wild tackle to me. Threw himself in, and he definitely got some of the play. I'm not sure how much, but I think another referee might have taken quite a dim view of that tackle. Brooklyn are huddling up. So I actually just got some help from Joel Waring with the tiebreakers, because they are a little bit unusual in this division. So Brooklyn are going to have to score 2 goals. The reason being after goal difference, the next tiebreaker is not goals for, which is the standard in most leagues and FIFA, but it's actually goals conceded. So Stony Brook have conceded 6, Brook United have conceded 8, so Brook United are going to have to win this game by 2 goals. And that certainly adds the squeeze on time. We've got about a little over 25 minutes in this second half. They still have time, but things have got to start moving for the visitors. Again, remember, this team has scored 3 goals or more in every single league game except for against the leaders, Stony Brook. That would be Stony Brook blue, not the one tonight, white. But the cutting edge has really eluded Brooklyn so far tonight. Can they find it? They've got to find it if they want this league title. Smith, twisting and turning. Still with it, Quinton Smith. He travelled a long way, he went down. The referee took a long look. There was howls of appeal for a penalty. Referee giving nothing. Jedi Scott across 6-yard box. Flag goes up and it's going to deny Brooklyn their first goal of the night. And I think there was no question about that offside call. I think there certainly was a question about whether that should have been a penalty or not. But perhaps just the fact they found themselves in behind that Stony Brook defence for the first time in this second half will give Brooklyn a bit of belief. You can hear the reaction it's had on the touchline. Nemetov has come on. Castellanos is now on at right back. Might have been a change of shape for Brooklyn. I wonder if Coach Kempe has moved them to a back 3. We'll get a look shortly, but Brooklyn have got a free kick about 35 yards out, and this is just about shooting range for Jedi Scott. A long, long way out, but that has not deterred him before. It didn't deter him in the first half where he came inches away. And it's not the tallest goalkeeper in net either. Brooklyn needs something. Jedi Scott onto frame. Has that gone in? I think it has. Well, it's over the crossbar. A ricochet off of the woodwork. I think the goalkeeper tipped it onto the American football goal, and then that rippled the back of the net. It's over the crossbar. It's going to be a corner kick, whipped in with a lot of vigour. Punched out partially, goal mouth scramble. It's really starting to hot up here at Melville. Jedi Scott stinging the palms of the goalkeeper. He had a long time to watch that, to be fair, from that distance. Should have been a routine save. But perhaps the belief being kindled by these near misses for Brooklyn. Ruszewski cuts onto his left foot, leaves a man for dead. Ruszewski went for the shot. It's a good tackle to stop him, and then Waring dove in. And again, I got to be honest, that to me looked like quite a dangerous tackle. The way Waring leapt into that, but the referee just blowing the whistle under opponent. Didn't make a fuss of it, to his credit. Stony Brook can get out of their own half for what feels like an eternity. If they did get the goal at this stage, that would surely seal the title for their club mates. Fired back in. Otis getting the first touch. Dogger. Spompanato is going to have to do a lot here. Surrounded by blue shirts. Can he just hold it up? He's won it back, Spompanato. Floats it in. Header! Goal for Brook United! And a route to the title! It's Nemetov who met it like a steam train. And he's ignited. Silverware hopes for Brooklyn. These last 5 minutes you could just feel a change in the wind. And Spompanato created something out of nothing. Fired it in and Nemetov took a chance and hit the lottery. And the hunt is well and truly on for Brooklyn now. They've got 22 minutes to find a second goal. And the comfort that Stony Brook felt, that cushion, has certainly evaporated. And Spompanato is going to get hold of this. Bruno Spompanato flashed across the face of goal. Ended up going quite a distance wide. But just for a second, what a season he has had, Spompanato. Goals galore. And he set up such a critical one there. And that'll be a free kick. Jedi Scott hauled over. Let's go. Floats it in. That's an interesting ball. Nemetov brings it down. The flag stays down. He was forced back. Directed in. Stony Brook surviving. Jedi Scott. Ruszewski. Dogger. Showed too much to the midfielder with that first touch. You can see your answer. Are Stony Brook concerned about the result of this game other than just making sure that Stony Brook Blue win the league tonight? Well, actually, your answer, one of the players kicking it away to time waste even when they're 1-0 down. That was not the right free kick. That ball's gone over the top. And Stony Brook, just for a second, looked as if they might have given Otis O'Brien the slip. Waring. Smith. Couldn't return it back to Waring. Scott. Ruszewski. Eric Scope. Twisting and turning, drilling it towards the frame. A couple of feet wide. Guys, reminder, we've got much more action coming up on Game of Frame tomorrow night. 19 games in total this weekend. Pick of the bunch tomorrow. 3:30 p.m. Long Island Rough Riders women, the Metropolitan Division defending champions, kick off their campaign against AC Connecticut. That'll be on Sports Engine. All the USL games have to be streamed exclusively on Sports Engine. You can get the link by clicking on the poster on Instagram that we're going to put on our story. Pansipra and Freedoms against Lansdowne Yonkers 5 p.m. The Rough Riders men in USL 2 against Ironbound 6 p.m. and then Doxter against Kid Super in a relegation decider 8 p.m. Ruszewski trying to drive it in. But Brooklyn are getting a lot more of those balls, dangerous looking balls into the penalty area. Jedi's got a good recovery there. O'Brien. Catalanos. Ruszewski. Dogger. Intricate ball in. Beautifully crafted. They got a good defensive header, but that really was testing for the back line. Doggett has some of the most exquisite touches in his repertoire. Smith has beaten his man. And he was a little too handsy on the right back, who did well to deal with Smith. 15 minutes remaining here. Brook United halfway to the league title. But they need another goal. Whether you're in Long Island's camp or Brooklyn's camp, this is going to be a nail-biting final quarter of the game. Asher Ruszewski still with it. Ruszewski did really well to work himself half a yard, but the finish lacked any conviction. Nemetov, clever header. Ruszewski. Warren. Forcing his way through two tackles robustly. Dagan Warren still with it. Dennis Pompanato not on the same wavelength. Look at that from Ruszewski. Lovely touch. Nemetov, the goal scorer. Throw in for Brooklyn, deep inside Stony Brook's half. And I think it's going to be a long throw from Jedi. Held into the box. Popped up, volley. Quinton Smith, worth a pop. Never troubled the goalkeeper. Let's go. Spompanato. That pass cut out. O'Brien. Castellanos. Ruszewski. Sko. Drills it in, keeper with a big shout and a big gather. Nemetov, not sure what he was thinking there. Castellanos. Ball ballooning it down to Orson Dogger. Restore some order. Ruszewski. Eric Scope. Brook is still playing the back four, but I wonder at what stage Coach Kempy just goes for Brook and change the shape to really have attacking numbers up there. It's going to be a corner kick for Brooklyn United. Another chance for Jedi Scott to whip something into the box. Jedi Scott floats it in. There was an initial header and then a shot on the spin by Castellanos. High and wide. A little over 10 minutes remaining for Brooklyn United. Still in need of a goal to make it a triumphant campaign. Dogger spinning. Nemetov. Spomponato's onside. Draws it across the 6-yard box. Ruszewski! It may be a title winner! Brooklyn United! Exultant! Jubilant! Inside the final 10 minutes, they found the second! And they may have found the glory! Asher Ruszewski at that far post was falling. It looked as if the chance had gone, but somehow he got the touch, the golden touch Brooklyn needed. It has not been an enjoyable night for Brooklyn. It's been tense. It's been frustrating to break down this Stony Brook side that has had no plan other than just the low block and trying to help their club mates win the title. But they finally found that second goal. And now it's on Stony Brook to try and find a goal. A little over 9 minutes remaining. And won't Brooklyn just love a third goal to put it beyond doubt? Ruszewski. Waring. Spomponato. And I'm going to have to watch it back. In all that excitement, I have to admit, I forgot who got the assist. I think it was Spomponato who assisted the first one as well. Orson Dogger. Dagan Waring. Overran it. And it was, just confirming, watched it back, it was Bruno Spomponato who's got both assists. Normally the goal scorer this season, but both assists. Waring. Stony Brook are going to have to get reacquainted with this football. Could count their spells of possession on one hand in the second half. But Brooklyn are certainly not over the finish line yet. Still time for the ecstasy to be reversed. Referee issued a yellow card there, I'm not sure who to. Oh, down the line. And not to make you Brooklyn fans sit any more on the edge of your seat, but just a stat for you. Brook United have only kept one clean sheet in the league this season. Aidan Duff coming out together. Jedi Scott hammering it forward, Spompanato. Just to have handled it as it came to him. Driven up and hammered clear by Castellanos. Actually, so Gabe Shertrieve, excuse me, is coming out right back for Brooklyn. So they look to see out this 2-goal lead. That will be enough for them to win the league. But here comes Stony Brook down the other end, cutting inside. Critical tackle by Jedi Scott. Timed it perfectly. No room for error in the box. And then hammered clear by Olsen Dogger. Floated towards the edge of the penalty area. Dogger wins it. Nemetov. And Warren popping it up into Ryszewski, who's got some time. Ryszewski cutting inside. I think he's looking for his opposite winger. Nemetov lost his balance as he went for the pass. Commanding leap by O'Brien. Dogger. Scope. And sliced by centre back for Stony Brook. Eric Scoe is down, by the looks of it, in quite a lot of discomfort. No idea what happened to Eric Scoe. If it was off the ball or in a tackle. And Scoe is going to limp off in a lot of discomfort. And helped off by Coach Kempe. Hopefully nothing too serious, but it doesn't look good at all. Suniga will replace him. Bowden Batcher has been reintroduced as well. We have about 2 minutes of normal time remaining, but obviously with that injury and other stoppages, I imagine we're going to get at least 3 or 4 extra minutes of stoppage time. Dogger, that's a brilliant ball. Ruszewski driving forwards. Asher Ruszewski still with it. Ruszewski, yes! He seals the deal for Brooklyn United. The cherry on top of a triumphant season, a title-winning season. He covered half the length of the pitch there, Ruszewski, like a man gliding on water, and he finished it with lethal precision. And at long last, Brook United can breathe. Sensational solo goal by Asher Ruszewski. To seal the title for Brook United. And we do have a trophy here actually, so I think we are going to get a lift here at the field. And all 3 of Brook United goals came in the last 20 minutes of this game. And then Aidan Duff has been absolutely cleaned out. And that was really late by the striker, and understandably, Brook United players are pretty incensed. And that is the second time that Aidan Duff has been clobbered late, and this time he really looks in a lot of discomfort. And now we're getting into it with the parents. Just another night in youth soccer. Aidan Duff is still down, which is obviously the most important thing. Thankfully, Aidan Duff is sitting up and he's up on his feet. Well, a little extra time drama off the touchlines. Thankfully, most importantly, Aidan Duff is looking better. But it was an uncontrolled fall by him. Got his legs cleaned out from under him in that impact, and that is always very hairy for any player, whatever position when you land, but it should never be happening to a goalkeeper, not when he's grabbed it that far in advance. That'll be a free kick. I don't think this referee understands the advantage rule either. He's not played a single advantage tonight. He really should have let Stony Brook continue that attack, but instead they're going to have to settle back with Brooklyn having all their players behind the ball now. But surely any goal now is going to be no more than consolation from their clubmates' perspective. That was a decent chance for a consolation goal though. Wide open, sliced, cut back down the line. Brooklyn can sense they are close, almost over the finish line. Hurled into the penalty area. Partially cleared by Otis Bryan, and then again on the second attempt to hoof clear. In the 93rd minute of stoppage time. Again with more delays with Aidan Duff being down. I think To be fair to say, we've probably got another 3 to go, 2 or 3. Stony Brook are going to hurl this into the penalty area. Not cleared by Brooklyn. Snapshot! Just past the post. That would have made it a heart-wrenching final minute or 2. Brooklyn switching off there from the long throw-in. Nerve-wracking as that moment might have felt, it feels a hell of a lot better for them since they've had the Ruszewski third goal to give them the cushion. And here is Ruszewski. I think he thought he had an overlapping player. Still Stony Brook come. That looked like might have come off of Baden Basher's hand. Play continues. Ruszewski. It's just going to drive it cross field. Nemetov keeps it in. Can Brooklyn just manage these final stages? Turned over by Stony Brook, who now they are trying to attack and possess it. They are looking quite a useful side going forwards. Create a flurry of chances in these last few minutes. Schurter intercepts, and Ruszewski could have another go here on the counter-attack. The ball just slightly too heavy for him. Spompanato didn't get a goal tonight, but got 2 assists. Made almost equally as big an impact as he had in so many games this season. Have not a bigger impact, because he found a way to create those chances when Brooklyn really were struggling to create the chances. Here's the first goal scorer, Nemetov. He's just going to run some time off the clock, and he's done exactly what they need. Spompanato. Nemetov. Referee takes a look at his watch. Lovely turn by Schurter. Still Gabe Schurter. Still Gabe Schurter, and then the fullback just cutting it off. And that's the full-time whistle. Brooklyn United are league champions. They had a big task tonight, and it looked like they were running out of time, but with 20 minutes left, they found the 2 goals they needed, and then some. It's nothing less than they deserve for the season they've had. They finished unbeaten. They kept believing, even when things were very tough for much of this game and the frustration was mounting. Another successful campaign for Brook United, boys 2008 national. Guys, don't go anywhere. We'll be back shortly with post-match reaction.
Punched out by Spielvogel. Burkhart fires! Oh, that was off the bottom of the bar!
Gomez, his first touch. Drop now for Munoz, first time. Munoz, what a save that is! From the right hand of P. Rensel into the crossbar and out for a corner.
This kick. And into the box. Oh, what a save! Zadone with a great one-handed save. Ba, for his first time in the sighted goal, gets past two, takes a shot, and Nish does so well to meet the shot, tipping the ball over the bar.
On the back end, speculative effort that's gonna fall for someone in the box. Oh, very nearly a reaction save forced from Caporales.
Blocks that cross from Puig. Sharifi now fires another save by Kazun. That's his third in the half.
My name is Austin Brummett. I'm a men's soccer player at San Diego State University and I play forward. The salt air case helps block odor from my cleats when I'm driving in my car or when I'm keeping my cleats inside my house, so I don't have to worry about it stinking up my room. It helps me keep track of my cleats and my shin guards so I know that they're together and I don't have to worry about tracking them down or losing them or stressing out about where they are. I would definitely rock this, walking to the games, walking around to my trainings. And it's super helpful for travel. When I travel in the airport to go to away games, it's not going to stink up my backpack or stink up the plane where I'm sitting. Magnetic strip on the top is super easy to open to take my cleats out and to put my cleats back in. I think it's an essential part of my outfit for soccer and it helps keep all my stuff organized and stink-free.
A quality highlight reel is crucial for college and pro recruitment. A lot of services offer generic solutions, but at Game & Frame we know every player is unique and needs a personalised approach to win over coaches. Our process is simple. We work with any footage, and if you need help finding your best plays, we'll review games for you. Once we've finished, you'll have a reel you can upload to any recruitment platform. We've helped hundreds of players get the attention they deserve, including placements in Division 1 programs. Scan the QR code or email us for a free consultation and start the journey to maximize your recruitment potential. Hi everyone, welcome back. Boys have got their trophy. There's a couple of players who are out injured as well today for Brooklyn. For Koulibaly, you can see in there, Quincy, Strauss, I think a few others as well.
Look at me. This is the one that's going to be taken. This is the ID one. Right at Cappy. IG award winner. Alpha, step back. Guys, step back. White line, good. Lift the trophy. Come on, boys, celebrate. Let's go.
Yeah, lads, over here, over here. Brook United, the league champions, in the most dramatic of fashion. All right, Asher. Jedi as well, we got. All right.
Did you see that I got a red?
Did you?
Yeah.
At the end?
Okay, so we don't have to mention.
Well, no, I did see that. All right, we've got a lot. Well, actually, we're on air right now, Jedi. So you just admit it to everyone, but don't worry about it. All right. So we got Jedi Scott. Sorry, mate, we got Timmy today. We got a lot of champions. Jedi, I'll start with you. Firstly, congratulations, but it's a very, very difficult night. Obviously, Stony Brook sitting with a very low block. Frustration was mounting for you guys. You weren't really creating that many chances, but in the last 20 minutes, you guys came to life. What changed for you guys in that last 20 minutes?
I think we knew what we had to do. We had to get 2 goals. We had some special moments from some special players. Shout out Asher. And it was really a team effort though. We in the second half we worked much harder on the 50-50s. We didn't let our guard down and we fought to win and that's what we did.
Otis, was there a moment in there where your belief started to drain, or did you still feel, even with 20 minutes left, we're going to get those 2 goals, we're going to get this over the line?
Not at all. Coming into the game, I knew how much these boys wanted this, and since for all 90 minutes, I just knew that we were going to get the win one way or another. So, and here we are.
Bruno, you've scored a lot of goals. I'll come back to you, Asher. But, you've scored a lot of goals this season, but today it's 2 assists for those first 2 goals. They really were doubling up on you there, manning you, doubling up on you a lot. And but you created those chances. You know, what was going through your head when you got half a yard on that left side?
Well, I mean, I was just looking to get the ball in the box. I saw Fawzi and Asher making the runs in the box, so I just knew I had to get into there somehow. I knew we needed the goals, so that's why I tried to put on a play for them. And they made great finishes, both of them. So yeah.
Asher, your second goal, Brooklyn's third, speaks for itself. Very good quality goal. But that the second one for the team, that ended up being the league winner. I have no idea how you got that in. I thought you were going over. So how on earth did you finish that? Did you even know what you had done?
So to run you through it, I saw Bruno on the wing. I saw him on the wing. I know he has the ability to get the ball into the box. No one was in the box, so I was just full 100% sprint into the box just to get anything on it, and that's what happened.
That's what I like to hear.
All right. Q. Winning the league title. Oh, there we go. That's right. Get some iPhone flashlights. We've done this before. This isn't our first rodeo. I'm light skinned. It's not. Yeah. It's not going to tell the story. So, hey, let's just get a bit closer. Get a little closer. Okay. You good, JP? All right. Yeah. Don't overstay your welcome in Long Island. Q. Describe your emotions when that second goal went in. What was the first feeling?
Amazed. I know how good this kid is. We train together almost every single day, and it's amazing from you. Honestly, brilliant.
Thank you.
Brilliant. And I know how much talent we have as a team, and we just put it on display today. So let's go.
Yeah.
All right, Austin. You've been with this club and this team a long time. Do you feel like this is the best 2008 boys national team yet?
Of course.
All right, thank you. Next question, Jacob Zuniga. A man of few words, but good touches. Jacob, what was the team talk you guys had at halftime? Because obviously you guys were having all the possession, but it's so difficult to break that low block, and you weren't creating chances. Yeah. What was it that Coach Kempe told you guys at halftime?
I mean, in the end, I feel like at the start we were playing a little iffy, but Kempe told us we have to play our style, play our football, and in the second half, that's what we did. We made the passes we needed, we shot the shots we needed, and ended up at the back of the net.
Yeah.
And we'll finish with you, Faz. I think we got everyone. Faz, this is your first season, right?
Yeah.
With BKU. Yeah. So, I mean, just describe how exciting has it been for you to come into this team and also to win a league in the first year?
No, I was very excited to come into the team. The first couple of practices, I felt like I belonged here. And, first game, I fit into the team. I fit into the team, got some stats. got some play time too.
Yes, sir, Marlon.
And then in the end, we won the league.
You're part of a winning team. All right, last but certainly not least, Coach Kempy, Mr. BKU, has to come in. Coach Kempy, the man, the myth, the legend. Kempy, I think there's few managers who wear their heart on their sleeve more than you, and few people have put more into a football club than you. I can't imagine the emotional roller coaster for you tonight. It probably was a lot of frustration in that first 45 minutes and even a lot of the second half. But what do you think was the key for you guys tonight to overcome all the challenges?
To be honest, one of the proudest moments in the club for me. So proud of these boys. I feel like, they work so hard over the years. They've been with us a long time. They're the pioneer guys in the club. The club is basically built on this team. So for me, it's a very emotional moment. And, I know I'm taking this into an emotional realm, but, for me, it's a very proud moment right now. Today was a very difficult game. The low block, it was difficult. And then the boys, after the half, they just stuck with what we spoke about. And it was undeniable in the end.
I felt like it was about 5 minutes before the first goal went in where you just felt the heat had gone up in your guys' performance and the goal was coming. What do you think it was the boys were doing differently at that point?
We spoke about, showing our quality and not rushing it. Just showing our quality in the critical areas of the field, which helped us in the second half, to be honest. We were trying to go too quickly, and in the second half, us showing our quality around the box was very important for us.
Finally, when that second goal went in, describe your feelings.
It was words can't explain, man. It was amazing. It was amazing. I'm so proud of these boys. I'm really proud. They deserve it. They work so hard. This is a compilation of what they've done over the years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
Coach Kempy, congratulations. Congratulations to the whole team. Recognition as champions. Well, guys, that just about does it for us here at a very dark Long Island field. We all got to get back to Brooklyn. It's about a 100-mile drive. So that's Josh Pratt signing off. A big thank you to the BKU for bringing us out here tonight. Thank you to JP Zakato for doing great work behind the camera. Reminder, tune in tomorrow, guys. Lots of games, USL2, USLW, Amateur Cup, relegation battles, so much. But for now, this is Josh Pratt signing off from Melville High School. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday nights, everyone.
Josh!